What's up, people? So today I'm starting to dig out a pond. I'm going to be using the dirt from where I'm digging out the pond to add over here to a roadway, which we're going to connect to this existing road that goes back this way towards the shop. I guess to give you a better understanding, we are getting ready to start building out new pens for the animals. We want them closer to us. We're going to eventually take them away from the Shoot Dang headquarters. That'll just be more of just a hangout area, just building, maybe have a garden section over there. But in the meantime, you can see the dogs back that way. All this will end up being fenced in. We're going to fence in partially through the wooded area back there as well. And it's just going to wrap all the way around. So it's going to be about a 4 or 5 acre section. We want a decent sized pond here in the middle, which is what I'm currently doing. And then Jason's getting ready to start building out a little pig shelter. And then we'll have to order a barn and have them come out and build it. So basically right where my driveway starts over there, normally the road will come out this way. We're going to just discontinue the road. We'll put a barn back in that corner. It's going to be pretty cool. I'll be able to see all the stuff from my front yard. When they build their barn dominium that way, they'll be able to see all the animals as well. It'll just give them a lot more room to be able to move around, have a lot of food. We'll be able to cut back on feeding them, which is an awesome thing as well. But you can see over here, it's probably going to end up being, I'm going to do a little bit bigger than this. I'd say maybe a 20-foot diameter pond, maybe 2 or 3 feet deep, just depending on how much I can actually dig today. And like I mentioned, I'm going to start moving a lot of the dirt over here, which I already have. You'll get a better understanding. The road's going to continue, and it's going to come across here, and it's going to connect back out that way. So I got to continue adding dirt all along here, build this up. This is a low spot, so we want to make sure that we do build it up, and then we'll bring rock in and put it on as well. You'll be able to drive by, be able to see the animals, the ducks and stuff swimming in the pond. Maybe get some new animals. I know Jason's always talking about getting mini zebus and then possibly a donkey. You never know. So anyways, I got to stop talking. Let's get back to work. All right, a few hours later, I got the pond done. I finished berming it up on the outside over here as well. I'm running a water hose from the well pump way over there all the way over here. It's probably about 450 feet or so. And you can see Daisy and Tucker are already in here. It's probably going to take 3 weeks to fill this thing up, but we're just going to just test it out for a few hours, see how much water's actually in there. Once again, you can see I bermed it up back here. You're probably looking at 25 feet long by maybe 20 feet wide or so, and at the deepest, I don't know, maybe 3 feet or so. And then here's the road that we're putting in as well. This was all the dirt that I dug out of the pond. I just mounded it up and then came back and smoothed it out. We'll probably need a dump truck out here to dump another load of dirt for us. And then we can go ahead and get some rock, and then we'll have a road that cuts through here. We'll put a gate over there at the access. There'll be a little driveway to where the barn is. And then Jason's back there working on the pig pen. So anyways, actually he's coming over here, so let's see what he says. Tucker Dale, you like that water, Bubba? What do you think?
Kind of surprised the water hose has reached.
Yeah.
It'll be a good enough pond, though.
Yeah, I think it'll hold too. It seems like it's a lot of clay.
Oh, this will 100% gonna hold, because this is where we got stuck and it held water for months.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say at the deepest, maybe 3 feet.
Oh, it'll get pushed down. It'll be probably like a 2.5 foot pond.
But you can see Tucker's over here enjoying it. The water's actually pretty clear.
Yeah.
And it's not horrible pressure for just being in small water hoses.
I mean, that's super clear.
Yeah. Like I said, I did, it was about 450 foot of hose or so.
They don't stink.
But, what's up, buddy? You enjoying that? Like I said, it's probably going to take about 3 weeks to fill this thing up. But,
I mean, it's more pressure than I thought out of a hose.
Yeah, I put about 3/4 of a tank of gas in the generator over there, so we'll see how long that goes. We'll just let it go until it runs out of gas and see how much water we have. See if this holds. I wanted to go ahead and put water in it, that way the dogs have somewhere to swim until we fence up this area, and then this is where all the goats and pigs and everybody else will be. So anyways, it took a little longer than I thought, but I'm very pleased with the way it came out. It gives us,
It was free.
20 bucks for diesel, but 20 bucks to dig out a pond like this, have a road started over here on the side. I'm pretty happy. About an hour and a half later, I have myself a new little pond for my feature piece. It's not the biggest, I'd say maybe at the deepest 2 feet. It's probably about, I don't know, 10 feet wide and maybe 10 feet long. Just enough to have some water out here. I'm still incorporating the rocks that I had brought up here for the landscape. I'll go back in. Look at this dog. Non-stop of that dog. But I'll go back in. I'll clean everything up. Once I fill it up with water, I'll see how everything sits. I'll see if it's holding good. And if I need to fill in some spots, I will. Just look at that guy. Play with him, Tucker. That's your cousin. Get him, Tuck. Play. Daisy's like, nope. Run, Daisy, run. All right, so I'm inside the shed house now, just to give you guys an idea of what it's gonna look like from inside the house, or if I'm sitting on the front porch. Easily be able to see the dogs playing, maybe some birds and stuff will go in there. But I like the way it came out. We'll just have to see how it holds water. If it doesn't hold, I'll just buy a pond liner for it, since this one's a lot smaller than the other one I did. Guys, so I'm sure some of you guys were probably wondering why I didn't cover all the way with the tarp that was there. This was just a tarp I had on the property. It was I believe a 16 by 20. I need one a little bit bigger. I thought this might have worked, but it didn't. You can see behind me. Yeah, it didn't work. So anyways, trial and error. I was gonna try it anyways to see. I did waste a little bit of water in the process, but now I know I need to dig out more on the right side of the pond as well. I'll get an actual pond liner, a real one, and get one that's a little bit bigger. What I'll do is I'll line the whole thing. I'll cover all the sides of the liner with dirt and stuff, so when I do fill it up, it won't start to pull the pond liner in. And then also inside the pond, I'll put some rock or something to hold the liner down as the water's going in. So like I said, you live and you learn. I was just testing things out with what we had. I didn't want to have to spend money on a pond liner because they're not cheap. But the good thing is I don't have to buy a pond liner for the other pond I dug out over here where the goats will eventually be. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that. That one took me, this pond over here, the little one took me about an hour and a half. And then the other one to do the full pond and the roadway was a few hours. So it was raining a lot that day. This is the next day. I'm still wearing the same shirt, shoot dang. So I did add in some dye to the water. I wanted it to be a little bit more bluish color like this one over here. This one looks a little dirty on this end. The dog just got done playing in it, but overall, it's probably about 2.5 feet deep right there in the middle. And then like I said, it does slant upwards. This section over here, all this dirt will end up having grass again. I learned from my neighbor Jerry down in Texas, when you dig a pond like this for animals, you slope it down that way. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if something fell in, they have an easy way to get out at this slope right here. So I guess old man Jerry down in Texas actually taught me something, but I love the way it looks out here. It's got that nice blue color to it. The blue dye helps, I guess, shade the water a little bit from all the sun, since out here in this area we don't have any big trees, which we do have trees and stuff out here. I'm hoping that the goats don't knock them down. We do have the pygmy Nigerian dwarf goats, so they're not very big. They'll probably take down some of these smaller ones, but the bigger trees will be fine. Something like this will be fine as well. They don't weigh enough to pull the entire tree down, so this whole section will have the goats. The pigs will be able to free range out here as well. You can see back there now, we finished putting in all the cement stuff, which you saw on the Crocker Life. Got all the posts cemented in. We need to go pick up some of the hog panels. And then what we'll do is we'll lock the pigs up at night, but during the day they can roam this whole section, the cooney or whatever they're called. I'm not a pig expert. They like to roam around and eat grass and stuff, so they'll have free range this whole section. The goats will too, along with the guardian livestock dogs. They need a lot of room to run, and they're gonna have plenty of it. So I wanted to start out the video this way, and then we will get into the shed house again. I'm getting ready to, I guess, finish up wiring up the living room and the kitchen area. And then what I'll have to do after that is start taping everything up, putting all the plastic down to get ready to start spray foaming. So it's gonna be a busy time around here. I just needed a little bit of a break away from the shed house. It was too hot to be working in there. And it's definitely still warm now, but it's not in the hundreds anymore. It's down in the 80s and 90s, which is totally bearable, especially when you're working on a black shed. And yes, people, I know, I have a black shed with a black roof, black attract seat. Yes, I know, so you don't have to point that out. All right, so now I want to show you something I picked up for myself. This is something that I desperately needed out here. It's a multi-use thing for me. I think I'm gonna get plenty of use out of this thing. If you don't know, the dirt bikes, the miniature four-wheelers, and the side-by-side, that's all Jason and Danielle's. I just use them whenever they're not. I need something for myself. This is something I've been looking for a while. I burned up the old four-wheeler that we had because it was just old and just it just seen its last days. So I went to Tulsa Power Sports and Outdoors where we bought the tractor, picked up myself a new four-wheeler. This is a 2023 Kawasaki Brute Force. Check that out, guys. It's not too big, not too small. I wanted something where I could still drive around the property, get in and out of stuff easy. I love everything being blacked out. I took off all the stickers that were on it. I added in some things to it that I think you guys would like. Right here, this is an old shovel handle. I just put some tape on it, got some clamps for it. This is gonna be my new walking stick when I go on little adventures. I know a lot of people are pointing that out in my last video. I do have a machete on here. I have a collapsible shovel. This right here is a flat tire pack. You can get this at Tractor Supply, I think for like $30 or $40, something like that. It has a built-in pump, everything you need in there to replace a flat tire. So I got all that stuff down. I do have some light bars I'm gonna be putting back here as well, so when I flip them on, I can see when I'm reversing. I also picked up a gun rack. I'm not gonna keep a gun on there all the time because it'll get dirty out here, but I do have this when we go hunting or if I wanna just ride around the property and search for things. This right here is a storage, which is cool. You can put all your tools and stuff in there. I have my earmuffs when I go shooting. Got zip ties, some tow ropes, stuff like that. I also have a 12-inch light bar that'll be coming in tomorrow, and then a 2,500-pound winch on the front that I'm gonna be adding in as well. So once again, 2023 Kawasaki Brute Force four-wheeler. Shoot dang. The best part is I've been saving up basically since I got up here. I paid this thing off in cash, 100%. This is mine now. I'm gonna customize it, add the lights and stuff in, and it'll be everything I need out here. It'll get me around. It's a lot of walking if you don't have a little vehicle out here. This is not a toy for me. I consider this my work vehicle out here. And then also it could be a toy, but for the most part, like I said, I'm just gonna use it just to do stuff around the property. The winch will come in handy. You can see up here, there are some scratches on it. Now it didn't come that way. I've already customized it. So when I ride, I tend to squeeze my legs together to hold them in, and that right there is getting scratched up because of my prosthetic leg. There's a little metal bracket right here that runs against it, and it's starting to scratch it up. So I did order some saddlebags for a four-wheeler. It just clips over the gas tank, and it has a saddlebag on each side. Of course, I got it in my favorite color, camouflage. That'll hold against it. That'll be a little bit more storage on there. Plus, whenever I squeeze my legs together, it'll hit the saddlebag and not the four-wheeler. So once again, Kawasaki Brute Force 2023 paid off. Shoot dang. So I want to give a special shout out to Tulsa Power Sports and Outdoors. Your crew's amazing. Tracy, you got Ashley, Jackie, and then our salesman was Kyle. Kyle, you rock, man. You did an awesome job. We were in and out fairly quickly. I was able to do a test ride on it. He even called me the next morning and asked how things were going with it, seeing if everything was good. Told him everything was great. I want you guys to go over to them on Facebook. It's Tulsa Power Sports and Outdoors. I think they're like 30 likes away from 2,500. So if you guys can go over and do that for me. I think it'll help them out, and just comment on their videos and pictures and stuff and just say thanks for helping out the Crockers once again. I can't even talk because I'm so excited right now. But anyways, this right here was a must-have out here, and I'm very, very excited that I got it. So anyways, once again, I will get back to the shed to house. You'll probably see that on the next video. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.